You horrible lot. It's been ages since we've done one of these. You, them, and them reading. If you're stuck in a third party dynamic situation, these are ideal for you. They are available via the link in bio from 30 quid, same day guaranteed, recorded. Right, so if you're new here, if you're new to this, welcome. You're part of the 2%. If you engage, like, share, comment, you're part of the 0.2%. Right, so it's one spread for you, white deck, one spread for them, black deck, one spread for them, third party, red deck. So it could be that you're in a relationship and you've got your eye on somebody else, or your partner's run off with somebody. Who knows? Let's find out. So we're going to start with you and see what's cracking off. I am planning on doing a longer one of these for my YouTube at some point soon. It's just finding the time at the moment to fit stuff in, unfortunately. Right. Oh dear. Right. It's not looking good. Right. I think it might be that you're either in a connection and your partner's potentially up to something, or it's that you've got your eye on somebody and you're being delusional. Right. So we start off with the Empress in the reverse. So the Empress in the upright position is in her feminine power. She knows her worth and value. She doesn't chase, she attracts. You want this, you come and get it, but you turn up right. No pages, no knights. King's offer might do, provided it can step up into Emperor mode. It's in the reverse position. It's what we call toxic feminine energy. Now, I was a toxic feminine for 40 years, and it was about rolling over, backing down, letting other people get what they want, supporting them, etc., all at the expense of yourself. Now, all you're doing is wasting your time. And believe you me, having been in a position whereby I supported everybody else's dreams, I paid off the debt, I got people through college to university, etc., and then to become a widower and to be left with absolutely nothing because I was a toxic feminine, that certainly gave me a kick up the arse, and I went into that. But you're in your toxic feminine energy. We've got the other divine feminine coming up, the high priestess in the reverse. So the high priestess in the upright position is about duality, what I preach. Love and light doesn't work. Being nice to everybody doesn't work, okay? It makes you a mug. People take advantage of you. So you need to step into that dark divine energy, find that duality, stand your ground. Don't be afraid of pushback. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like toxic Julie in the Coven of Gaia telling you how to hex people. That's not been in your feminine power. That's not been in your power at all. That's been in your toxic masculine energy. It's about unhealed wounds and trauma, right? She's intuition, which I'm going for, and she's connection with spirit. It's in the reverse position. So not only are you backing down and being a toxic feminine, you're also not following your intuition, and you're also refusing to see the situation as it really is. Hermit in the reverse. Now, the Hermit in the upright position is a positive card. It talks about periods of withdrawal and reflection. What's gone right? What's gone wrong? What direction we're going in next? You'll also notice the Hermit shining a lamp. So it talks about what I call going into the dark side, shining a light on the demons, the trauma, the situation, coming out the other side stronger. Excuse me. It's in the reverse position. You're refusing to shine a light on the situation. Let's continue. Right, so something's going to come to light shortly. The moon card, right? So the moon card in the upright position for me talks about the unknowns. It's when we feel like there's something off, we can't put our finger on it. Upright position, the moon card says there's no point looking yet. It's not ready to be revealed, okay? Reverse position, you're going to start getting some clarity. You're going to start seeing the situation as it really is. It's almost like the universe is kind of forcing it in your face by this point because you're refusing to do it. You're burying your head in the sand. This information can sometimes come through in our dreams, hence the moon. If it does, it comes from one of three places. Either something in your unconscious gets unlocked, so you go, right, I get why I do that, why I behave that way, etc. Messages from spirit, message from the universe. Now, in the event it does come through in your dreams, if you can, do as I say, not as I do, because I'm a really light sleeper, try and keep a dream journal, right? It will help you to get the information down as fresh as possible. And if you keep doing it, it helps to build up your dream muscle memory as well. What this is going to reveal is that one of these people, depending on the situation, is King of Wands in the reverse. Wands fire action. Court cards can be an energy within ourselves, can be the energy of somebody else around us. Kings are masculine energy, queens are feminine energy. In tarot, again, we talk about energy, not gender. Can be a man, woman, somebody non-binary. This is one of these other people because we've already identified you as feminine energy being the Empress in the reverse. Toxic feminine, yes. but feminine energy nonetheless. Now, the King of Wands in the reverse position is what we call toxic masculine energy. Now, that can range from someone or something that doesn't want to change. So this, in this case, it's a person, up to the nasty stuff: anger, aggression, oppression, suppression, abuse, lust, power, greed. Overall outcome cards. Hierophants. Right, so the Hierophant's one of the divine masculines, divine masculine counterpart of the High Priestess. Now, it's one of two ways that we can go with this, right? The zodiac reference, and this is really the only time I mention zodiac in my readings, is it relates to my star sign of Taurus, so it can talk about sticking to some kind of tradition. We're quite traditional people as Taurians. We want our white picket fence, happy ever after. The other way we can go is going on a journey of self-discovery. Right, what's the meaning of all this? Who am I? What's my purpose? What's my role? Now, sadly, because this is a love-based reading, I'm going to say sticking to some kind of tradition, which is pretending that somebody's something that they're not when you've clearly seen the behavior, you've seen the action. Obstacles or blockages. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions. Queen's feminine energy. So Queen of Cups in the upright position has taken control on an emotional level. Now, it's in the reverse position. What this is basically saying is you're letting your emotions take control of you. So when it comes to love connections, oftentimes, this is why love's not the highest vibration, right? This is why authenticity is, because love can keep you trapped in cycles like this, because you go, yeah, but I love them, and you're not getting out of the situation what you truly deserve, right? Removing any blockages. Queen of Wands in the reverse, right? So Queen of Wands in the upright position is in a feminine power. Reverse position, basically, again, it's that toxic feminine energy. You need to realize that you're being a toxic feminine. Now, because we've got the King and the Queen of Wands there, this is potentially a relationship that's been going for some time, which at some point it could have been a good match, right? If not, it's that you're trying to convince yourself that you two are supposed to be together, and in this instance, I'm going to say clearly not. They're toxic. They're getting what they want, which potentially, depending on what type of reading this is, they're having it away with somebody else, and they're not treating you right. Right, so let's go on to them. So this is whoever you have in your mind. I've got a feeling it's going to be this King of Wands, to be honest with you, but I could be wrong. Right. Like I say, if you want one directed to your personal situation, just go to the link on my profile, and you can get one of these same day guaranteed for £30. You can get some clarity on your situation today. Right, so we start off with the Ace of Wands for them. Wands fire action. Aces are about bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this is about going, right, long term, who am I, what do I want, where am I going, right? We then got the Magician in the reverse. So the Magician in the upright position is a manifestation card, very positive, powerful card. It's in the reverse position. Basically, this situation, this connection, whoever they are to you, this person can't manifest this better. They've got to make the hard choices and changes. I'm not sure if this is the King of Wands, I've got to be honest with you, but we'll see. We then got the Devil in the reverse. So the Devil card for me talks about either leaning on toxic crutches and vices, or being chained to some kind of toxic karmic energy. So we've got the Adam and Eve figure from the Lovers card, the chain to the devil. Upright position, we're stuck there and we can't see a way out. Reverse position, stuck there, going, right, I need to break the chains of this. Now, when we talk about toxic relationships, it's not always about, all the nasty stuff. It can simply be a relationship that you stay in with somebody where the love's gone, the passion's gone, the drive's gone. Now, for me personally, a lot of relationships, they're not designed to last. There's some lessons in there. They might start off brilliant, but they can go south. Now, they go south because you're supposed to learn and develop and grow from it. Simple as that. Right, so let's continue. Right, so right, so we've got King of Pentacles in the reverse. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth. That's what we're investing our time, effort, energy in. King's masculine energy. King of Pentacles in the upright position is grounded, solid, stable, provider energy. Reverse position. It can be somebody who's selfish, miserly, etc. I'm wondering if this is more cat in the background. Feeling unstable and grounded. Two of Swords in the reverse. Swords there where we think words we use. So they're the lady there. Blindfold on, cross swords, decisions. Left path, right path, stick or twist. Problem is, in the upright position at least, because she's got the blindfold on, she can't see the situation as it really is. Reverse position, taking the blindfold off to the situation, and that should help them start moving forward. I don't think this is the King of Wands. Overall outcome card, Hierophant. Sticking to some kind of tradition. Right. Obstacles or blockages. Six of Swords. Swords there where we think words we use. It's about going in a new direction, going on to calmer waters. Now, there is some sorrow attached there, hence why we've got the figure there, cloaked with the head down. And usually I feel like this might be, well, it's kind of advice for you and advice for person one. It kind of feels like what's holding you both back is being kind of the sorrow attached to it. So it's like, you know that you need to move away from this connection, but it's keeping you stuck and looped. Removing any blockages. Moon card in the reverse, right? This is advice for you, right? Because it's basically saying, well, you've already had the clarity, so you need to do something about it. What it feels like is it feels like well, we'll see when we get to spread 3, but it feels like you're in a relationship that doesn't work anymore, right? You're going to get some clarity. I think you've got your eye on person 3. I think person 3 is somebody else that you've got your eye on, or that you've been, and I don't condone this, it's wrong, up to something with potentially. But they're a toxic masculine. Okay. Now, either way, this connection between you and person 1, it's toxic. And like I said, that can be something as simple as it doesn't work. I mean, if it is that you've got your eye on somebody else, well, that shouldn't be the case if you're in a relationship. If you love somebody, you know, don't get me wrong, you can say, oh, they're attractive, or, you know, that celebrity there, you know, I fancy them, etc., etc. You know, if you're, you know, in your power, you know your worth and value, and your partner says that, doesn't bother you, is it? You know what I mean? You know your worth and value. Yeah, but if it's a connection whereby your eye is wandering, you know, then you need to break away from this, right? Cat incoming. Right, so let's go into this. Let's try and unpick who this third party is, because it's a bit of a confusing one. Right. I want to go for that, yeah. Right. Hello, Coda. Right, so 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Right, so this card in the upright position is about balance. He's giving money out to poor. He's got the other scales, and he's got the scales in his other hand. So in the upright position, it's equal give and take on an energetic or a financial basis. In the reverse position, it's that one party's doing all the giving, one's doing all the taking. We then got the 7 of Wands. So this is about standing your ground, or them standing their ground. They're the figure on top of the hill here, fighting off the 6 of the Wands or staves. It can indicate a bit of a surprise attack. That's represented by the fact, it's going to be too hard to see in this deck, but he's got a boot on, a shoe on, and he's missing his belt. Okay. The village idiots off screen have come out to get him, but he's standing his ground against them. Okay. Ace of Cups. Cups, water, emotions. Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this is about going, right, long term, what's going to make me happy, what's going to fill my cup. Hello, Coda. Distracting. Meow. Right, so we then got the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man for me is a leap of faith card. Stuck with a decision. Left path, right path, stick or twist. Problem is looking for guarantees. Life don't work like that. Okay, in the upright position, having a shift in perspective. And then we've got the Emperor. So the Emperor is what we call the divine masculine. He's the counterpart to the Empress. He's in the upright position. yeah, he's a good ruler, he's a good leader, he's wise, he's knowledgeable, he's firm but fair, he's not afraid of a fight, he's not afraid of change. What it feels like is it's this person realizing that they're an emperor, basically. Overall outcome card, Chariot. Chariot in the upright position, right? So it talks about the energy around us or questions of should I do it, is the time right? I feel like this person's out of dodge. I'm going to explain where I'm going in this in a second. Sadly, you're the problem, okay? Obstacles or blockages. Three of Swords. Swords are where we think words we use. This is the Heartbreak card. That's the Heartbreak card. It's Swords, so it's often the way we think about things. Ironically, because it's the three, it can talk about third-party dynamic. Final card, and then we'll tie this together. Removing any blockages. Be quiet, Coda. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions, right? So I'm going to say this is advice for everybody in this dynamic. This talks about abundance, wish fulfillment, manifestation, person there, big cloud out the cloud, 7 cups out of every cup, there's something different. It talks about abundance of opportunities on an emotional level. It's in the reverse position. Everybody's blocking their abundance by staying in whatever this connection is. So I'm going to say, unfortunately, you're the problem, right? Because you're in this relationship here that clearly doesn't work. You've got your eye on somebody else. Now, this other person, I don't know if they know that you're in a relationship or not, but they're kind of waiting around. They're kind of sat around in this kind of slightly chasing energy, and they're standing their ground. I feel like that standing their ground is in regard to. So if this was that they knew that you're in a relationship, they'd be standing their ground and going, "Look, no, nothing's going to happen until you're out of this connection." Because there's no movement, because you're not assessing the situation, you're not reflecting. They're in the meantime going, well, this doesn't make me happy. What's going to make me happy? We're going to be waiting around for a little bit, and then that shift in perspective is going, do you know what? I'm a fucking emperor. Why am I playing this game? So they're out of dodge. In the meantime, you're gonna, you know, you and your partner know something's not right. You're both going to kind of see the situation as it really is, but you're both going to just stick to it. You're going to go, well, we've been together a long time, or we're married. It's that kind of thing, because nobody wants to actually do that hard work to go, do you know what? It's time to go. It's time to go our separate ways. This feels very much like you've been, you know, because I don't think that you've ever had any intention of taking on this other person. I think it's just been a bit of an ego rub. I think it's just been a bit of a tension. And ironically, with that King of Wands in the reverse there, this person's not a toxic masculine energy. It feels more that that's what you're going to spin it as, because they're going to reject you. So you're going to be like, oh, they're a toxic masculine, yada yada yada, and you're going to stick in this energy here with the current partner, despite you both knowing that it doesn't work. Well, what a waste of time. But, you know, ultimately, it's your life, it's your choice. You do what you want, but you're just wasting your life and you're wasting time. This third party person, they're going to be fine. They're off. They're out. They're not playing this game. Simple as that. So there you go. Good luck.